Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We all love a good Disney ride, but sometimes the magic is interrupted when the rides malfunction and break down. It's bound to happen from time to time. Through submissions from viewers like you, these never-before-seen breakdowns give some rare perspectives into many of our favorite Disney rides.
You're good. Oh my gosh!
If you've caught a fail or malfunction on camera, you can submit it to www.tpmvids.com for a chance to have it featured in a future video. Now be sure to keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside as we count down the top 10 Disney ride breakdowns, malfunctions, and in-show exits. Part 15. Number 10. We're gonna start the list off on Midway Mania at Disney California Adventure in a submission from Gabby and Lily. So by this point, the game had been deactivated and
now we wait.
Theirs game still has points on there. Ours isn't even playing. But they announced that wait till a cast member can get to you now.
well, if cast members are on the way, it definitely sounds like there's gonna be an in-show exit.
We're the only ones that got excited. There's an intro.
We're such nerds.
Leading around to historic remaining attraction found that immediately, please stand clear.
I'm so excited.
I am.
True Disney fans right here. Breaking down is a dream come true for so many of us.
You're so silly.
I'm wanting this. Hello?
Nice music.
Whoa.
Oh, we're going back?
Just kidding. Now, it wasn't long until cast members made it onto the scene.
Hi guys, just for me, Sue. We'll be back in a little bit.
Thank you.
And it wasn't just attraction cast members either. Maintenance was here too, and they all wasted no time and began getting everyone out of the ride vehicles.
Stay seated for me, friends. I'm going to start spinning this around.
Fun.
Go and stay seated for me, friends.
Hey guys.
And I want you to go up. Park your hands for me, please.
Now, during any in-show exit, the most important thing you can do is to listen to the cast members' instructions. They are always looking out for your safety.
I mean, this is like a dream come true for you, right? Like, we were having so much fun wanting to see your score, but...
Even though they got stopped very close to the end of the ride, for some reason, they're all being led back to the load area.
Cute.
When you're on the ride, you're so focused on scoring points that you never really get a chance to take in all the scenery.
Oh, I just realized that's a puzzle. And the ice cream fell. The ice cream didn't make it.
Like that.
That's a giant plug, Lily.
Or that.
Oh, my Lanta.
During the entire experience, all the cast members here were exceptional, and they even shared a neat little detail with Gabby and Lily's family.
Want to see something cool?
Yes.
Look right behind you. And if you look on the sides of the bricks over here, you'll see where people in the ride sign in.
Who would have known? I love that there are signatures hidden behind the blocks, so every time you pass by, you know what's really behind there.
Thank you so much. It was a great time.
In the end, everyone was given a lightning lane, but Gabby and Lily said this was such a fun experience. Number 9. This next one takes us on to Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom. One of the most common malfunctions that gets submitted is when the carousel is stuck between two different scenes. Here, Steve caught 3/4 of the audience watching Act 3, and then the other quarter was on the edge of Act 4. The best part is that you can begin to hear some of the audio from the finale creeping on through.
I'm involved in something now called commuting. I drive into the city for work all day.
When this happens, it's always just an audio mess. Then another viewer named Demi got caught right between the middle of Act 1 and Act 2, and John was really competing with himself.
7 days. And I even hear tell about 2 brothers from North Carolina who are
Then apparently they ended up realigning the theaters again in Act 2.
Phew, boy, the highest 4th of July we've had in years. We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century over 20
Well, you better catch as much as possible right now because they are taking you right into Act 3 for a great big beautiful tomorrow.
across the Atlantic. He's never going to make it. And sports stadiums are springing up all over.
Number 8. Dinosaur is one of those rides that's always so fascinating to see with the lights on. The ride is usually so dark that it never gives you the opportunity to really appreciate all the details.
We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience and cooperation.
This is so creepy. He's just sitting there staring at us. No, he's cute.
Sometimes with Dinosaur, the work lights come on and they don't necessarily do an in-show exit, but you still get a great behind-the-scenes peek at a lot of the ride. With Disney officially announcing that Dinosaur will be closing in 2026 for Tropical Americas, we need to appreciate everything on this ride as much as possible while it's still here. Like, who would have known that the skin of the Alioramus only covers half of the figure? You'd never suspect that when you're on the ride. Even the sauropod just has its neck attached to the wall, when the show lighting makes you believe the full dino is right there. This viewer named Jillian was stopped at the Carnotaurus with the on-ride photo, and they were able to see the B-mode Carnotaurus head. When the main animatronic is malfunctioning or under refurbishment, they just illuminate that head on a stick instead.
On Dinosaur, and we are shut down. I'm just glad I'm not by the scary dinosaur.
There's a ladder up there.
I feel like every single dark ride has ladders just scattered all over the place. Another cool spot to stop is right at the last Carnotaurus, where you can see the mechanism that allows it to launch forward. Very simple, yet very effective execution. Number 7.
Is this not normal?
No.
We might have to do a walk-off.
Back in October of 2021, a viewer named Ashlyn was with some relatives from out of town who were on Frozen Ever After for the first time.
No, but if this is actually going to be a fail, I'm saying it's a TPM bid.
And thank you so much for the submission.
That's the plan. I'm recording it.
Now, by this point, they had been stopped for about 5 minutes with the lights on, and the water just kept flowing. I mean, that's a strong current. Finally, the music was turned off, but a cast member didn't come onto the scene for about 20 minutes.
Everyone okay? Yep. Okay, first of all, we're sorry about the breakdown, guys. We'll be trying to get you guys evacuated as soon as possible. For now, remain seated. Quick question, is everyone going to be okay evacuating out the boat today? No one needs assistance. As soon as the water's been shut off, the power's down, we'll come back and get you guys out. Now remain seated, okay?
Okay.
All right.
When it comes to an evacuation from a water ride, the process can be a bit more tedious. Here, because the evacuation path is separated by a full stream of water, everything needs to be drained.
Oh, and there goes the water.
It was actually draining quite quickly.
I watched this all the time. Yeah, I slowly. Wow. Look at it go down. That is a trip. Wow.
It is fascinating to see procedures like this in action. The water went from sounding like river rapids to a gentle stream. It's actually kind of relaxing.
It's slowly going down more, but...
By this point, additional reinforcement was brought onto the scene.
You know those ice magic towers that you saw in there? Well, they got a little bit rambunctious, and it froze everything. Okay, that's one of the 2 things that we need. All right, we are now powered down.
Which means now they have the all clear to proceed with the in-show exit.
Guys, I'm going to start with row 4. We're going to row 4 out one by one, then I'll go to row 3, then row 2, then row 1, okay?
The cast member carefully helped everyone out of the boat, and they walked along the ride path to the marshmallow scene. Now, because all of these scenes here are on the second level of the show building, the only way to evacuate from this section of the ride is through this exit here. It actually leads you down the emergency stairs at the back of the show building, and then you're just led back into the park. It's a pretty quick and easy in-show exit. Number 6. One ride that's never been on these lists is the Pixar Pal Around at Disney California Adventure, but that all changes today. A viewer named Jack was at the park with his family, and they heard what was described as an ear-deafening whistle followed by a lot of air being released. They had no idea what it was, but then looked around to see that one of the rubber tires had popped. This was September of this year, 2024, and it was about 100 degrees out, so I'm sure the heat could have busted the tire. So you're probably thinking, what happens now? Can the wheel still spin with a flat tire? Well, these are all valid questions, and thankfully, maintenance cast members quickly made it onto the scene.
Once again, please remain seated.
It was really an all-hands-on-deck kind of situation with managers, attraction cast members, and maintenance. Now there were even more maintenance cast members on site, and although things looked kind of frantic, there was a plan.
Moving. I am.
And as you can see though, it was moving ever so slowly. Definitely nowhere near its normal speed. I mean, even with this speed, the rubber tire was dislodging from the rim. So if it spun any quicker, I'm sure it could cause some serious damage. Jack's family were really close to the ground, and it still took them over 3 minutes to move into a position where they were able to actually exit the gondola. This is definitely one of those rare malfunctions to see at the park. Everyone did receive multiple lightning lane passes for the trouble, and Pixar Pal Around never reopened for the entire day. Number 5.
There's security. They're trying to figure out what to do with the people.
That is not security. That's actually the Disneyland Fire Department, who have been called here to It's a Small World. They're here to help evacuate that wheelchair user a couple boats ahead. This submission was sent in by a viewer named Chloe who was on the ride with her family, and by this point, the intro exit procedure was already taking place.
Dad said they're putting like a platform and people are walking off. They're laying out. All the boats in front of that one are empty. They've already evacuated.
But it looks like there isn't any more room for boats to travel forwards, so the only way to go now is backwards, and this amazing cast member pulled them all into the previous scene.
I wonder how many times they practiced this.
That's actually a great question, and I'm sure there is training for these procedures.
I wonder how many times this happened.
Well, more than you probably think. As cast members began evacuating guests out of the boat, firefighters began coming up with a plan for the wheelchair. Now, first off, the boat had to be pushed further back so it lined up with the path leading out backstage. It wasn't caught on camera, but I'm assuming the 4 firefighters lifted the wheelchair out of the boat. That would be the only way since there's a drop down from the ledge of the flume, and the wheelchair platform in the boat also sits lower. During loading and unloading outside, the platform rises up on a hydraulic lift, and that's not possible here since they aren't on a firm surface in the water. Either way, the fire department was able to get them off the ride safely, and it wasn't long before Chloe and her family were also safely out of their boat.
Oh, it's back.
Wow.
Number 4. With Smugglers Run being a simulator attraction, the more common malfunction is usually some sort of screen or projector glitch, like here. Apparently the light source was going to be shut off in 7 seconds.
Get out of here! A distraction! Fire the missiles at the tree!
Well, in this other clip from a viewer named David, it was a perfectly normal ride in the Millennium Falcon when all of a sudden this happened.
Okay, it's much worse. All right, my friend.
Not only did the ship crash, but so did the ride.
You? Bowards, he says Bowards. I am always honest friends.
He broke down.
This is what we in the business world call a major malfunction.
Yep, that sounds about right.
All right. It is no
Hondo has a bunch of stall dialogue for when the ride malfunctions. It helps fill the void and keeps everyone entertained.
It takes a few minutes to reset on the complicated systems on the Falcon.
Here it sounded like the pod was still in motion though, so the malfunction was definitely an isolated issue to this pod only.
While I look into repairing the Falcon, Off-Ice will play you some music. Yes? All right. Game go. Or instead he's going to make noise.
That's my favorite part of this whole stall sequence. And then there was silence.
Oh, Chewie, my furry friend. Nothing to worry about. We're having a small issue with the Falcon.
In total, they were only stuck like this for about 2 minutes, so it wasn't too bad.
I do apologize. We'll do this here as recovery. Just on both of your seatbelts.
I don't think that's the result.
Number 3. Recently, a viewer named Sam was on Haunted Mansion Holiday, and boy were they in for a treat.
No way. Oh my gosh. Dude, what are the chances? Oh my gosh.
Having the work lights turn on in Haunted Mansion has literally been a dream of mine.
We're getting an intro.
You know it. Getting to see the seance room with the lights on is so cool because it's literally a behind-the-scenes peek at how all the magic in the scene works. Madame Leota floating is a very simple effect that's executed perfectly with the absence of light. I also love that the only thing you can hear is Scary Teddy ringing that bell.
He sure loves to spell.
A little annoying, but it could be worse. Now, the Doom Buggies were stopped here for over 5 minutes before a cast member came onto the scene.
Don't touch this wall when you go by. It's really gross. I won't recommend it.
Ugh, I wonder what's on the wall. Now, I think there's a certain point in the seance room that determines whether your in-show exit takes you back to the beginning or the end of the ride. In this case, Sam and the rest of the guests were led through the graveyard to the end of the ride. They got a great lights-on look at everything, from a fully functioning Jack Skellington to all the other happy haunts on the ride. Number 2. It is no secret that Tiana's Bayou adventure at Magic Kingdom breaks down quite a bit. You could say it's still going through some growing pains. Well, a viewer named Allison got stuck near the beginning of the ride, which then turned out to be a very interesting experience. So at this point, the attraction cast members were waiting for the water to be drained. Because there are so many logs backed up, Allison's log isn't able to be evacuated through that painted fence. So like we saw with Frozen Ever After, here they're waiting for all this water to drain to reveal the metal grate so the cast members and guests are able to walk on it. I myself caught an evacuation from this point during a fire alarm, only the water wasn't completely drained. Everyone had to walk on that concrete ledge so their shoes wouldn't get wet. I'm sure this only happened because of the urgency of the fire alarm. With Allison's situation here, they were actually able to get the water to drain, and the cast members proceeded with the in-show exit.
First, we're gonna pump your lap up and stay seated until we pull you, alright? Watch this area, will be a little bit slippery, okay?
No, you're right.
I got
Yo,
Orlando.
sure? Okay.
Come on. He tries to do everything by
You
himself.
first.
These cast members were phenomenal. Honestly, the parks are nothing without the amazing cast members. Now, what's cool with being evacuated from here is that the closest evacuation point is actually through the finale. It's pretty much beneath this scene here. When you're on the ride, it never really crosses your mind what might be above or below you. So this really puts all the levels of the show building into perspective. And of course, getting to walk through the finale with all the animatronics powered down is super cool, including that up-close look at a dead Mama Odie. I guess she had one too many beignets. Everyone here was led towards the exit and were given a lightning lane to return when the ride was back up. Number 1. A viewer named Richard and his son Oliver were on the Incredicoaster when it just suddenly came to a halt.
Alright, we're in the middle of the ride.
Yeah.
What happened?
It just stopped. It broke down at the top of the ride.
At this point, all I'm thinking is how good it probably smelt in here because it was so close to Mr. Incredible. There's nothing like the smell of chocolate chip cookies.
Alright, the ride has officially been turned off and we're just hanging out.
We're just hanging out.
Now, cast members arrived on the scene very quickly to begin evacuating everyone off of the ride.
Good.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, ready?
Yay!
Hey, hold on.
Excited.
He's excited, yeah.
He's so excited.
Oh, you almost did the drop.
We almost.
If the train would have been picked a little bit further,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna jog it. You guys want to do the loop.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
I guess they were really close to clearing that locking mechanism, and then gravity would have just taken them through the rest of the ride. Evacuating off of a coaster like this can be pretty intimidating, but in this case, all the cast members were great, ensuring everyone was safe and calm.
All right, you're up. Help you over. You're good. You're good. Hold on to the rail for me here. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It might be slightly terrifying for some people, but Oliver was loving it. I mean, this is not a vantage point you get to see all that often.
It's a bit of a workout.
After about a 2-minute walk down dozens of stairs,
We enjoy the view, taking our time, seeing everything.
they all finally reached the bottom where they were given a lightning lane for the trouble.
Okay, bye.
Now, have you ever broken down on a ride? What was that experience like? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video.